Welcome to the Tailwind Marketing Podcast, where we talk to other B2B marketing leaders and agency executives about how to grow our businesses profitably. Hosted by Carlos Corredor and Antonio Santana, the co-founders of Condor Marketing and Staffing, an Inc. 5000 company and one of the fastest growing B2B agencies in the U.S.
Hi, I'm Carlos Corredor, here with Antonio Santana. We're the co-founders of Condor Agency and host of the Tailwind Marketing Podcast, where we talk to marketing leaders of agencies and B2B departments about how to grow their business. This episode is brought to you by Condor Marketing and Staffing. How are you growing? Playing digital marketing is not enough in 2023. To win, you need a business-minded, agile, accountable team. So let's get you one. Condor is a marketing and staffing agency focused on helping other agencies and B2B marketing departments take their marketing game to the next level by leveraging analytics and Latin American talent. You can learn more at condoragency.com. We have Chad Franzen here of Rise 25, who has done thousands of interviews with successful entrepreneurs and CEOs. And today we flipped the script and he is going to be the one interviewing us. So welcome, Chad. Great to have you.
Hey guys, great to see you. How are you guys doing today?
Hey Chad, great to have you again, man.
Hey Chad,
you too. Hey, in our previous episode, you guys mentioned that you are now Inc. 5000. I'm just a little bit familiar with that. Can you tell me what that means and what it means to you?
Yeah, so Inc. 5000 is a list that is published every year, and just as Forbes recognized the richest people in the world, and the Fortune 1000 recognizes the biggest companies in the world, Inc. 5000 recognizes the private companies in the US with the fastest growth. And then, for the first time, given our revenue in 2022, we made the 2023 list. So for us, we're really proud of that accomplishment. In terms of what it means, there's a validation point. For those that are not familiar with our agency, we're based in Latin America. All of our team is in Latin America, and we always compare both our industry and ourselves with sports, and in particular with baseball, right? In Venezuela, in particular, baseball players, they want to play in the major leagues, right? And you see how they play sometimes for the Yankees, the Red Sox. Miguel Cabrera is from Venezuela, for example. A lot of kids admire him, and everybody wants to play in the major leagues, but it's really hard to get there, right? So for us, being part of that list, which is for US-based companies with established in the US, with revenue in the US, for us, that's like making it to the big leagues, So it's something that not only Antonio and myself, but we know the rest of the team. It means a lot to them as well. It's like a validation of not only our effort, but also on the fact that you can really find great talent in our countries. So I think that's that's the most important part of it.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, we feel very proud. It's a validation of 5 or 6 years of hard work, and the team, it's very proud too. I mean, we did like a small gathering in the offices, and they were really excited to know and to understand in what position in the rank we were. And when we hear the number, it was like everyone was so excited, like hugging each other. And it's something that it makes you feel proud with the team, with the company. And also it's something that they deserve, the team, because I mean, in Venezuela, I don't think there's any company that is in the Inc. 5000 list. It's basically impossible. And in Mexico, maybe there's a few. So the people that work in Condor, for them, it's something to feel really, really proud and to basically brag about it. So I would say that's really important for us right now in the present and for the future, and the things that we need to be doing to keep in that list, and basically doing things that are important for us.
Tell me, what do you think are some of the key contributing factors that helped you get to this point? Obviously, you guys are very good at marketing, analytics. Can you go into a little bit more depth in terms of the factors that help you get to Inc. 5000?
Yeah, the team and being able to count and depend on that team, initially in Venezuela, then in Mexico, and now a couple of folks in the rest of Latin America. But for us, it was cost prohibitive to hire someone in the US, So at the beginning, that helped us a lot. We wouldn't been able to build even a small team in the US. Also, we're from there, so obviously we knew people there. At the beginning, recruiting is not easy. You have to leverage your network. So we were able.
And sorry to interrupt there. Actually, when we were in the beginnings, we said like, okay, let's hire a lot of folks in Latin America, but let's keep, for example, in the future, the account managers and the salespeople in the US, because that's going to be strategic for us. But during the process, we understood that and identified that we didn't need that. I mean, the talent was so good, the people were so great that we actually don't need people in the US. I mean, all of our account managers and salespeople are also in Latin America. So the talent was also like a discovery during the process.
Mm-hmm. I think it's important. There's obviously other agencies that are outside of the US, but they don't really have the experience in the US, right? So having that experience, I worked in Chicago in the best agencies there for 5-6 years. So I think that combination is important, right? I think there's people are used to work with foreign agencies. There's a lot of them in Asia, in India, in the Philippines, but not counting with that experience of understanding really corporate America. I think that's a winning combination, right? The business model with the team in the Latin America, but the experience in corporate America, that was really important. So the understanding of those clients was huge, and also talking a little bit about how, where we come from. We don't come from a traditional advertising background, right? We're entrepreneurs, and then ended up being in marketing just because that's a need to grow our businesses. So I think that makes us really different. And then our analytics and our our data-driven approach to grow our businesses and to serve our clients has been really important. We have a gross margins report to understand what services are more the state of our analytics resembles more of one of an agency of 1,000 people and $100 million in revenue than a startup agency like we were. And that without that, it would have been impossible to grow. So those financial reports, productivity reports, our tracking systems, how we tie it all together, and how we do the same thing for our clients, obviously focused on their marketing efforts, has been another factor that has been crucial.
What about the culture? I've talked to other agency owners, and they say a big concern of theirs, especially in the 21st century, is that young people who are talented, are looking for the next opportunity within 6 months of starting a job. How have you guys been able to overcome that?
I think the culture was also a key factor for us. I mean, when we started Condor, we defined very well our culture, positioning, the values, mission, vision, and everything. And when we hire people, we basically try to bring them into the company with the same set of values that we have in the company. And we do interviewing and testings to identify that they are aligned with this, with our set of values. So that's really important. That's why recruiting was so important for us. I mean, at the beginning, we weren't that good recruiting people. We actually hire firms and agencies to do that for us, and it was also a pain for us. And we decided that we needed to be really good at recruiting. So we built our own system, our own tests, interviews, and we have reports to identify the best candidates. How many interviews are we doing? How many qualified candidates we have? How many premium candidates do we have? So, because I mean, we are relying on the Latin American talent, and we basically decided that we needed to identify the best out there. So that's what our recruiting team is doing, trying to find the best available people with solid English out there to put them in front of our clients in the US. So, and right now, for example, in terms of the culture, we also rely a lot in our talent. So we provide a really good set of benefits. Like, for example, we have Easy Mondays, Summer Fridays all year. We provide wellness and nutrition programs. We give them access to gyms, to psychologists, to a lot of different things that are really focused on the new generations. The Gen Z they want those type of benefits that are aligned with the things they are interested to. So basically, that's what we're doing. We give, of course, hybrid model. It's really important. I mean, right now, I know maybe we came from a more traditional background, and I like to go to the office, but people, I mean, they love working from home, and you need to give them that. So retention for us was really key. And initially, we were really struggling with retention. And right now, our retention is around 90%. And that's why I think it's really important for us, the retention, because we have people in our office that they have been with us for the past 4 years, for the past 5 years. And those are the people that are constantly getting in touch with the clients. And the clients, they want people that are there. They don't want changes. They want to communicate with the same person. So that's what we rely in the retention and in the people. And it has been really positive for us.
Yeah, I think a good compensation never hurts. A good compensation never hurts. But yeah, but it's definitely that's you know that's the easy part, right? As long as you can do it. The hard part is the rest, and it's really as important as a compensation. Also, the analytics, going back to it, like, yeah, they can work from home because we have a good measurement system and good project management system in place to make sure that they're being productive, right? And that we know how to measure that without micromanaging. And we've also done a lot of effort on working on their career path and how to build that individual lane for them to develop their skills, and that they know what they need to work on and improve to go to the next level. So I think it's a combination of all of that. Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
Sounds good.
The clients in this process, the clients, they did help us a lot, like trusting us. Actually, when we started with only one client, and it was a company that Carlos' sister, she works there too. And we started really small. I don't know, like maybe with I don't know, 2,000 a month contract. And right now they're our biggest client. And that's really important for us, that the trusting that the clients put on us, and basically growing that relationship from being really small to now basically we have with them, I don't know, like a 10 or 12 team dedicated to them doing different things. We're their agency of record, and that basically it has been with the majority of our clients. We started small and we grew the relationship with them, and and they are also open-minded. They trusted this model that we are providing, that having operations in Latin America and talent in Latin America is it's really good, and they trusted that process and that system, and they are seeing the rewards on that. And of course, for us, the clients has been really important in this process.
Last question for you. You mentioned you started with one client. You had kind of a connection to that client. How did you get your second client, and what did that mean to you?
I think the second one, if I remember, it was a personal network from me in Chicago. He started his, as an entrepreneur now, his company is really successful. A couple of rounds of funding, well known in the e-commerce space, called Shopping Gives. It's a plugin for e-commerce stores and brands to, flawlessly include the possibility to donate to their customers. So at the beginning, and I think still today, well, at the beginning, let's say more on personal network, I think that translated not only to the network of Antonio and myself, but then really to the work that the team was doing. And then the referrals came from those clients and the people that were working from us that perhaps switched jobs, and then they were calling us. But that's, it's not so much about our network, it's more about the team, that the work that the team did, right? And then lately, as we want to, let's say, accelerate the growth and take it to the next level, then we've definitely started honing on the actual what we do, right? Paid media, generating content, both inbound and outbound, marketing automation, those things, especially in the last 2 years, that's where we have, we've also started to get leads and clients from that, right? But that's kind of how it has evolved, since the beginning and since our first couple of clients.
Okay. Hey, Carlos and Antonio, it's been great to talk to you guys today. I loved hearing your stories, incredible stories of success, incredible lessons for other people for success as well. I don't know how you translate baseball analytics to marketing. I know the Denver Nuggets, everything about them by heart. I couldn't do anything else other than tell you the number of rebounds that Jokic gets. But hey, it's been great to talk to you, and I'll look forward to hearing your podcast and maybe talking to you again sometime.
Thank you so much, Chad, man.
Chad.
Thanks a lot. Talk soon.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Tailwind Marketing Podcast. If you enjoyed it, remember to subscribe for future episodes. Until next time.